and welcome back everyone. Today I am challenging myself to a no demo reno of this bathroom in my upstairs hallway. This was self-built in the 90s by the previous homeowner, and believe it or not, there actually used to be a saloon door in here between the vanity and the shower and toilet in the back. This room is super dated and that brown wall color needs to go, but don't worry, I have some good ideas. I'm going to talk a bit later about what a no demo reno means to me and why I'm doing it here. But to get started, let's look at what we have to work with. There are a lot of brushed nickel and stainless steel features throughout this room, such as the light above the vanity, as well as this faucet on the sink. I also need to work with this warm tone fiberglass counter, which matches the shower surround, and also our brown tile floors. In terms of things I'm looking to change, this wall color I'd like to lighten up to a gray, but I also plan to incorporate some contrasting colors to help give definition to this very odd shaped room. Alright, sounds like we already have a plan shaping up, so let's get right into it. We're going to start with painting. So I'm removing all the outlet covers first to make sure I get a seamless line behind them. And then I'm going to start going across all the walls with this color called Anew Gray. Now I've taken to picking colors from the same color strip within the Sherwin-Williams color system. This is a really easy way to get cohesiveness throughout your house without having redundant colors everywhere. So back when I first bought this house, I chose Agreeable Gray, which is the lighter version of this, to paint throughout my living room and main area. It's kind of a warm grayish, and it worked well in my space because I have a lot of warm tones and woods throughout my home. For this bathroom, I wanted something a bit different. I wanted to go a little bit darker, so I just grabbed that same color strip and went a few shades down. Keep in mind, you actually don't need to buy these shades at Sherwin-Williams. I know their paint can be a bit expensive, so you can just take your color name right to Home Depot or Lowe's and they can get that color match for you. Something else I'm considering as I was designing this bathroom was the difference in cool tones and warm tones. So like I just said, I have a lot of warm throughout my house, and even in this room, I'm working with this warm yellowish fiberglass on my sink, as well as the brown tiles. So this gray that I'm picking is actually quite warm in shade, but in comparison to the very yellowed trim color, it's looking a little bit purple. But that's okay, and this is going to clean up well when I put some pure white paint on this very yellowed trim, as well as change the lights out for a cooler shade. And you can see what I mean. This has a massive effect on the wall color. I personally like 4000K as my light choice throughout my house. I find it's right in the middle of the road. It's not too yellow, not too cool blue. Now we see the wall color through a plain white light rather than the warm yellowed light, which has neutralized the purples in the gray. Color theory is kind of a tricky thing, but when you get everything all in the same state of either cool or warm, you can create a lot of harmony, so that's a really easy hack. Alright, speaking of trim, that's the next thing I'm going to tackle, which includes these medicine cabinet shelves on either side of the sink, as well as this linen closet behind the door. So I'm going to take all of the cabinet doors off of this to be painted separately, and then clean and sand all the high touch surfaces to ensure I get a good adherence. And when I took these doors out, let me tell you, they were chip city. And this is why good prep is so important. If you're going to put in the work to paint cabinets or anything like that, just make sure that the paint job of whoever came before you isn't going to get in your way. For paint, we're going to follow a similar method to what I did for my kitchen cabinets, which I did a lot of research into, and it gives a very durable finish. Not all paint is created equal, and this combination is certainly a winner. It starts with a layer of Bin Shellac Primer, which is an oil-based primer, so it's a bit hard to use, a bit messy, and you cannot clean it up with soap and water, which is why an aerosol can is a really good go-to, or you can use a foam brush that you can discard after painting. Once that's all dried, I'm following up with Sherwin-Williams Emerald Urethane Trim Enamel. This is where you need the really good stuff directly from the Sherwin-Williams store. I'm applying that paint directly with a roller, and it's very easy. This product has a great self-leveling property, so you just need to watch for drips and you'll get great coverage with 1 or 2 coats. I really recommend checking out the kitchen video I did for more about this painting process and how to get a finish that's going to last. Also, side note, check out my super cool painting pants. I made these entirely for fun. They're just embroidered and say painting pants because I really wanted something that I could get dirty and messy during all of my paint jobs. I'm thinking of making more of these, so if you're interested, let me know in the comments down below. And while everything's drying, let's head back inside to paint the door as well as our regular trim. My go-to trim color is Sherwin-Williams Pure White, which is again on the warmer side of white, but still nice, bright, crisp, and clean. Once this is all dry the next day, we can reassemble everything, and we added these simple silver bar pulls to match with the rest of the hardware throughout the room. Moving on to our vanity, and guess what? It's time to repeat the process. This time, my color of choice will be Black Fox by Sherwin-Williams, which is a warmer, lighter black. Essentially, it's just a really, really dark brown. While we're doing that, let me talk to you about no demo renos. So as much as I'd love to gut and start over in this bathroom entirely, that would really mean moving walls, which affects other rooms, which leads me to a whole reconfiguration of the top floor of my house. And if you're a homeowner, I'm sure you might have situations like this where it's just one project seems so unapproachable because it's so huge. And I'm really just not in a place to do that much work. And I've also come to realize that this no demo reno can be done in a weekend and can breathe a lot of life back into your space. I know it's counterintuitive, but I'm finding it more and more that it's well worth the time and money to live comfortably and happily while I'm saving up for that big reno. Alright, back to the vanity. We reassembled this with the same silver handles, and this color is looking so much better. And because it's that dark pop, it really makes the vanity a focal point in this room, anchoring it like it didn't really have before. Alright, we're on to finishing touches. We are in the home stretch now, and I might have lied because we do have one bit of demo to do, which is removing this sliding glass door from the shower. Fortunately, this is easy. It is in decent shape, but it definitely dates the space as well as closes up this tiny back room. So we decided it had to go. Once we took it off, we did notice it left this yellow stain along the tub, so I made an attempt to clean that up, but I knew from the start there really wasn't a way that it was gonna come out easily. So as a little cheat, I grabbed a strip of waterproof caulking tape to cover it up. This is definitely not a perfect solution, but it looks really good visually. It sticks really well even when wet, and it'll be good enough for now until I think of something else. After that, I caulked over everything as well as filled the holes left behind by the shower door. Then I got started on installing a new brushed nickel curved shower curtain rod with this beautiful woven black curtain that matches my vanity. Above the toilet, I'm going to install this little wood shelf that I got from Goodwill for $3. Lastly, we replaced all of our switches for nice bright white decor paddle switches, as well as upgraded this old panel for our fan to a nice auto off timer. And then we're ready for the final reveal. Underestimate the power of some paint. This place has gone from dingy, unrefined 90s to modern and clean, and honestly, it was really not that hard. I should have done this so long ago. The best part, all in, it was about $150. Here's that breakdown of what we spent. I'd love to hear what you think of this in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.